Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, Spartan? Truly the GOAT? Wait, are you talking about the banners or are you talking about her? Because if you're talking about her, then yeah, I 100% support you in every direction. Yeah, certainly. Certainly. What's up, Shovan? How's it going, man? Very early today? Are you sorry? Are you talking about you or me? If it's me, then I guess so. Yeah, because I typically can't stream at this time. But if you're not talking about me, then I'm dumb then. Danya is a goat. Well, okay. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. She's a goat, and she's also one of the goat for me. Oops, not that one. I wasn't able to stream yesterday. I was actually going to stream, and then I realized, wait, my son has something to do. One of those things that like when kids get older, they're like when they get to like grade 4, grade 5, they're supposed to just do on their own, but because he's too young to do it, like he can't actually do it. Like he'll just read it and you're like, okay, I see words, I understand words, but he doesn't know how to put pen to paper, if you know what I mean. Hmm. Yo, afternoon. Good afternoon, Xavier. How's it going, man? Second fave cryo character? Oh, come on, man. Don't tell me she's second to, I don't know, to Princess Forehead. Okay, well, I guess I can't I guess I can't blame somebody somebody who loves wet socks as much as you do, man. Oops. Come on, get on. Thank you.
Stabilize.
Born of ice and frost. Next on the agenda.
Maybe I shouldn't have E there because I didn't get to use my other one. Oh. Come on, flower. Yep, there we go. Thank you. Y'all know I mean, there's no, yeah, we know. Oh, yo, what's up, Cloud? Good to see you, man. Second to Charlotte. Catmouth. Oh my god. Wait, what? Wait, Jammy boy. Wait, where did this come from all of a sudden? I don't get it. Uh oh, I forgot to open the thing. Okay. Alright. Also, hello. Hey, what's up, Jammy boy? I just got a notification that you were streaming. Oh, hey, appreciate you coming by as quickly as you could, my friend. Have you guys seen the banners yet? Oddly enough, they didn't tweet about it this time. It's just in the in-game notices. Coffee. Okay, cool. You got that cat-style drawn mouth. I mean, hard to explain, but it seemed like it in Hydro Drip Market, in Hoyo Drip Market. Really? I mean, I saw it, but I didn't really pay attention to what you're talking about. Hang on. Let me see if I can... Hang on, how do I open it? Alright. No, not this. What is this? I thought Window W was like, the Windows shortcut to, Windows Explorer. Isn't it window W or is it window? Oh, it's window E. Okay. Hang on. I saved the images in case I wanted to use them as thumbnail. Okay, so let me see. Drawn cat mouth.
Boats are made
What?
for transport.
Okay, I'm looking at her picture right now.
Come
And
across
I
legal
guess
and
I understand what you
So it
mean.
is where many things come to settle.
All right.
Osmanthus
I do.
wine
Okay,
tastes the
I guess
same
I
as
do understand what you mean now. It's like a drawn cat
those
mouth.
who share the memory.
Honestly, I don't know who to pull for. Oh, okay. I guess you don't have Hutao yet, huh? Well, I don't know. I think Hutao is a bit more versatile than Neuvillette. He seems really niche
No
to me
touching.
because he's very like he doesn't have any off-field abilities at all,
All hail.
right? Like he has zero off-field capabilities. There's the other one.
No touching.
And he can't even you can't even proc off-field ability. Like, okay, a lot of the off-field abilities, right, are like you could proc them like via like a normal attack. You know, like Xingqiu's rain swords, Yelan's burst. What else? What else? Toma's burst, like his pyro from his burst. There's lots of off-field abilities that need you to normal attack, and with Neuvillette, okay, he's a very on-field character. Obviously, like I said, he has very few, like little to no, basically no off-field stuff. So which means you're gonna be on the field with him. But if you're on the field with him, then you don't. Well, okay, basically all those off-field abilities slash characters don't work with him because you can't normal attack with him. Right? Because his thing is a charged attack.
Access denied.
And his playstyle is very similar, oddly very similar to Ayato. Right? Despite them being very different characters, the only thing similar between them is that they're really cool looking dudes, very handsome looking men. But sword, right? They're both hydro. They're sword and catalyst user. One is a normal attacker, one is a charged attacker. But oddly enough, they're very similar. Because with Ayato, remember that you could just hold left mouse button and then that will spam his normal attacks. But with Ayato, because it's normal attacks, then you can at least you still have access to all the off-field abilities that require you to do normal attacks. And you also have access to the ones that don't require you to do normal attacks.
Gather.
Born of ice and frost.
Oh, this guy's tanky.
Wind strike.
No touching.
Oh, I missed. Not anymore. I don't need Hutao because I got Pyro Amber. Pyro Amber. Wolf ear guy. Looks really good, and his playstyle looks great, but same with Hydro Dragon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I really like Neuvillette's design. Like, I think some people who are less practical than I am might find just his design a good enough reason to pull for him. Now, I don't really know much about his character yet because we just met him. We just met the guy. He does have a story quest coming in 4.1, So for those who are more interested in like character stuff, they might find more reason to pull for him other than his design when his story quest is out, and when more of the Archon quest is out, which is I'm pretty sure it was also included. Oh no, don't forget, don't do this yet. I'm gonna do that at 5 o'clock later, so that it's a battle pass thing. It's a battle pass thing. Where was I going? Okay, here. As for okay, I'm rather faithful to like what voice actors and what is it, people in the special programs, like how they pronounce names. I'm usually faithful to that, but like from the number of people that call him Risley instead of Risley, which was what I heard them say his name as in the special program. I might as well call him Risley at this point, because like the community has come to a consensus. His name is Risley now, not Risley. But yeah, I guess I will say Risley's playstyle seems a lot more new. From my understanding, it was he does normal attacks, right? Or was it also charged attacks? I don't know. If it's normal attacks, then okay, that's new, and that goes again like in the opposite direction with Neuvillette's thing, right? Where Neuvillette doesn't do normal attacks, which means a bunch of off-field abilities are not available with him. Like you can't use a lot of off-field abilities with him. Oh, there's crystal. What? Wait, there's crystal flies here? I didn't know that. Okay, so I'm not really interested in crystal flies anymore on my accounts. But my friend has asked me recently. Okay, it's just 2. I don't think it's worth it, I guess. Okay, has asked me to help out with getting him crystal flies on his account every now and then whenever I have time. So I've just been like running all the spots that are reasonably close to teleporters. There's burning grass everywhere, dude. Why aren't you catching fire? I need you to catch fire so I can melt. I used to call him Wriothesley. I did. Me too. Me too. I used to call him Wriothesley. That's because that's what his name like it spells like, right? It really does spell like that, except for like the silent W. Yeah. That's exactly how I used to read his name, Wriothesley. And then I was like, Risley in the special program. When I heard them say, I was, interesting. After I got Yelan, I only got her to 80 and haven't done anything else since. Been working on my gone used talents finally. Oh, nice, nice. Congratulations, man. Yelan certainly will get a DPS bump. Oh, it's over there. Certainly will get a DPS bump from going from 80 to 90. And, you know, so the difference between level 8 talents, level 8 burst, or sorry, like I don't know, talents, yeah, level 8 skill and burst, and level 80 and level 80 character versus level 90 Yelan with a level 9 or even crowned if you want to crown her. It is pretty big, but and could, like, if you're still at that point where you're not able to, you're just barely able to 36 star abyss, like with a lot of elbow grease, a lot of effort, then that may make the difference between a 3-star attempt, or at least an easier one, than a like full maximum effort attempt. But if you are past that point already, then I guess there's not really a need to do that anymore. But she certainly will help team DPS. Like if you put her in a team that doesn't make sense, you know, like a really bad team, then at least like if you build her up a lot more, like to 9, to get her to 8, even just 89, right? Like even just 89. If you're like me, like if you're stingy like me, I don't 90 my characters ever. I've 90'd a few, but not many. Yeah, that the difference will actually be it's not gonna double the team's DPS, but it certainly is going to increase it, and it's not nothing either. Okay, this thing, the Grizzly Bear. I can barely get past floor 11. Well, okay. Then getting her to 89 or 90 with level 9 or crown talents, if you plan on crowning her, certainly will help you out a lot, man. But that's also according to your resources right now. If you are limited on resources like Mora, XP books, Mora XP books, resin and stuff, then prioritize other units, as you know, for now. Other units that you are that will help you. That will other units, like I don't know, like if you still have like a Bennett at like level 60, right? So obviously prioritize those. Oh, okay. That's good. After 4.0, found out myself the personal experiences. Everyone was burned out of Sumeru, not Genshin. Really? Wait, when you say find myself with personal experience, okay, so like you yourself were burnt out. So how did you find out that others were burnt out of Sumeru? And I kind of regret not getting at least C1 Yelan on my on this account. This is the main account. In her recent rerun. Yeah, I wish I'd gotten at least C1. C1 would have been like helpful a lot. Yeah. But it probably still would not have solved my energy problems if I'm not using Fab Bow on Yelan. But I'm sure it's better than just not having C1. What? I didn't proc? That's an R5 sack sword. It didn't proc? Come on, I don't want to burst anymore. I think I just need to kill like one more maybe. Bait. Okay. There's no way to stop playing in Fontaine. It's just so fun. Like actually feels so much good. Okay. I guess I could agree with that. Hey, what's up ABC? Good to see you, man. Hey, what's up Blue? Good to see you, man.
Let me lead you abreast.
Wait, you can't iframe that attack? I'm pretty sure I timed that well. But I still got hit. There we go. Triple Hydro Hutao soon. Those who know. Triple Hydro Hutao. What? Wait. Those who know. Okay. Alright. Left a little teaser in there, didn't you, Jamie? The diving in Fontaine is great. Sometimes I just do it for fun. I love that I hate and I love the whole like when you swim up to the surface and it jumps out like a dolphin. I love it so much. But I hate it that there are only 3 characters now that can do it. it's I hate that I hate that there are only 3 characters. One was a limited 5-star, one was a free 4-star, which is awesome, and the other one is obviously a free character, which no one should. Well, I wouldn't say no one should use it. Like Dendro Traveler is okay, but Hydro, jeez, no, no, don't ever use Hydro Traveler. Everyone, please, just don't. I still have not resonated with Hydro, by the way. Not even once. I still have not done that at all. I just saw footage of him once. I did not watch anybody else's video of it. I just watched, I think it was the Jeff's breakdown of it with the multipliers. And then, what the? Why did it get so loud all of a sudden? Is it Jeff's breakdown of it with his, I guess with his calcs and when you know where he also saw the multipliers. Oh, he died from Zhongli's shield. And I watched M-Tash's video because like he was using the abilities. I just wanted to see what they look like or how he plays. And I was like, there's no way I'm using this. This is awful. How in the world is anyone supposed to use this?
Kneel! Solidify.
I mean, I think Animal Traveler might be more useful.
Burn to oblivion!
Because like if you're a new player and you don't have any crowd control options, I think what the oh, okay, all right, I messed that up pretty badly. Oh, come on, man.
Reality stabilize is pain.
Shoot her, little green guy. Old people will understand why I said that.
Good riddance, cruel world.
You'll understand from Jurassic Park. Not Jurassic World, no, none of that garbage. I'm talking about OG Jurassic World. Or sorry, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park 1, not 2, not 3. 3 was okay, but my favorite was probably 1. Can you do a wish? No, Martin, it is not a good time to do that. Because I don't want Tartaglia. And I already have Zhongli. Oops. Stop. Okay.
Let's light it up.
I can't lose it all again.
The Good Dinosaur movie. The Good Dinosaur movie? What do you mean the Good Dinosaur movie? What about all the other ones? Okay, I will admit there's not really a lot of good dinosaur movies, okay? Alright. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, guys, I gotta go AFK for just a bit. Just 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna go pick up my son from school. I should have picked him up like 6 minutes ago. So he's probably really sweaty right now from running around. Alright, I will be right back. What server are you on? I am on the North America server, Martin. Where is my texting? Okay. There, not that. This thing. Okay. Alright. Let's see. What can we look at that's in the very least entertaining? No, it's not over here. The Land Before Time. Oh, that was okay. I gotta say, I will agree with that. That was pretty good. That I don't remember like the entire movie itself, but that gave me feelings. That made me feel certain things as a child. It was a very how would I describe it? It was a very white movie is how I would describe that. I know it sounds racist, but that's kind of how I just picture out like not all white people obviously, but like they just can't seem to stop spoiling their children. And like they seem to be like afraid to I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but how would I put it? They seem to be okay there. They seem to always just want to like happily ever after everything. Hide character. There we go. And okay. I'll zoom out a little bit. And look up. All right. Are you talking about parents? Yes, I am. I am. I certainly am. Obviously, it's not all of them. It's just mostly in the past, like several generations. I don't know. They're like they're afraid to talk about violence. Like even just the mention of hurting someone seems to be so taboo to them because like they're thinking, oh no, my child has thought about violence. Just because they hear about it doesn't mean they're gonna think about doing it to other people. Right? It's just I don't know. I don't think it's just white people. I think it is a lot of people, especially nowadays. I think it's just what happens when life gets too good. All right. Anyway, okay. Be right back, guys. Yeah, be right back. My son is waiting for me. I'll be right back. Go pick up your son, man. Not exactly setting a good example. Okay, okay, fine. Yes, yes. Okay, I know I'm complaining about parents, and I'm not being a very good parent right now. But yes, yes, I still stand by my words, though. Yo, we're back. What's up, guys? Hey, yo, Sean. What's up, man? Teapot stuff. Son of Star Rail and studying for a math exam. Oh. Wait, would you say that you're studying for your math exam by grinding Star Rail? Eh? I mean, okay, I don't actually know. I don't think there's a joke in there, because I don't know enough about Star Rail to make the connection between Star Rail and math. Okay, this thing, yep.
If you ever...
Welcome at dear. Oh. Oh, hello, honey. I'm home. How old is your son? Oh yeah. Sorry, Martin. I saw that question from earlier. Yeah, I forgot to answer it. He's gonna be 8 soon. He's 7 now, but he's gonna be 8 soon. Their math formulas used to calculate turn action order in Star Rail though. And okay. I mean, like Genshin has like literal theory crafters doing math on like how which one does more DPS, and so that
Your verdict is decided. Gotcha.
hang on. What was I talking about? Yeah, okay. So in Star Rail has the same math, plus it also has the math to decide like who goes first and stuff. Like the turn, like it calculates stats, I guess, like to decide who's first and who's next, like to calculate the turn order.
Gotcha. Your verdict is decided. Pathetic. Absurd.
Okay, let's wait for the heal. There we go. I'm gonna be called out for this by my teacher. You mean you staying up until 2 in the morning to watch some streamer? I mean, how are they gonna know? It's not like you're gonna tell them, right? Anyways, like I'm pulling for Hutao. You are? Really? I'm gonna try add to a team. What? You're pulling for Hutao and you're gonna try add team. I don't understand. Sorry. Are these two separate things, or are Hutao and Ayato supposed to be on the same team? What was that? What's an Ella class? Is the worst teacher I've ever had. Don't do something right, then she says it in front of the whole class. Well, maybe she's using that as a way to motivate you, her students, to work harder. I mean, I've been okay. Well, I tutor English, right, online, and it's really hard to do my job, to actually get results, because obviously I'm not in front of them. I can't like show them how whether I'm angry or not. Obviously, I could just change my facial expressions. I could, change my tone of voice, etc. but they don't understand half of the stuff I'm talking about. Right? It's mostly kids. Some of them hardly know English, so they don't even know if I'm unhappy or not, and some of them, like most of them, don't even care.
Let's light it up. No touching. Access denied.
Never testing my patience.
So if I like do something to either make them feel bad or embarrassed, right? Because obviously nowadays you're not supposed like okay, so for school teachers, for example, like in the 90s and the 2000s, school teachers used to hit kids. Yeah, that didn't used to be a problem. Like obviously, you know, like as long as you're not injuring them, obviously. But like yeah, school teachers it used to be not a problem that school teachers would hit children's hands with rulers and stuff, and that would put these kids in line. And I don't remember where I heard this from, but I heard this quote from someone at some point about parenting, where you hit them while they're young, while they don't remember. Because they don't remember, they don't remember why.
I see everything.
They just remember yes and no.
Light it up. Going in. Access denied. Born of
And
ice and frost.
they don't remember that that you hit them or who hit them or whatever. They just will remember the feeling of, you know, like being afraid of doing this or not doing this. Give me your A. Oh yeah, sure. Hang on, Death. Let me just finish up my resin stuff first. Then I'll get out of here.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Access denied. Born of ice and frost.
Meet again.
Nope, not this one. This thing. And what was it? It was a circlet, I believe. Circlet. Yes. Okay, there we go. I'm not really expecting. I'm just trying to see whether it will, which I'm sure it won't. Yep, of course not. Oh, come on. Still won't. I never really get that lucky, but hey, doesn't hurt that much to try and find out at least. Okay, very good. A. That was a random question, Death. Where is she? Okay, there she is. What did you want to see? What time is it where you are? I am at GMT +8, my friend. That is basically Hong Kong time. Yeah, Hong Kong time. Right now it is 2:54 p.m. September 26th, Tuesday. This is my A build. Wow, I did not realize I am below the crit rate that I would prefer on my Raiden Shogun. She's C0 because I spent all my Primo gems on Ganyu. But hey, so life goes. $6 till banner changes? Oh yeah, you guys are right. Okay. I completely forgot. Yeah, I completely forgot on Asia server. Wait a moment. Wait, what do you mean 6 minutes? No, it's an update. No. It's a version update, my friend. No, there's no banner change. It's not a banner change. It's a version update. Version updates happen at the same time for everybody. So it'll be, I don't know what time it is where you are now, but for me, the version update is tomorrow. Yeah, and because it's a version update, it is the same time for everybody. What do they want? Circlet. When I saw the banners, by the way, I was pretty stoked. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm still not gonna pull for it. I don't need any more Hutao copies, and I certainly am not interested in Neuvillette. Oops. But I got pretty excited because we don't usually get 4 stars. 4 stars as good as the 4.1 first half banners. Okay. Whatever. It's not bad. Not great either, but hey, not bad.
Benny's adventure team.
I'm crit rate calling it right now. Man, I'm sorry. I wish it weren't. I wish it weren't reality. But unfortunately, reality hit us right at the end. Let's see what else. Okay. You know what? Let's talk about the banners. Just, I still have I think I might have probably, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe before resin gets capped on my other accounts. But yeah, we might as well talk about the banners. Banners are pretty good. Like okay. Again, Neuvillette, I'm not exactly that interested in his kit, especially like mostly because he's a like very on-field character, and not just on-field but also charged attack on-field. So, um, being on-field makes it so that he's not going to allow you to use other on-field characters, or at least you could if you really want to, but what's the other on-field character going to do while you're on the field with Neuvillette, right? So okay, obviously he's an on-field character, so all your 3 characters, your 3 other characters in your team have to be all-field characters, or at least the characters that do support roles, like they have a buff, or they could use they could utilize artifact sets that provide buffs, etc. Or other supportive utilities like healing, shielding, etc. And the fact that he is a charged attacker, not a normal attacker, means that a lot of off-field abilities that require you to do normal attacks, like okay, if you have C6 Fischl, for example, right? C6 Fischl, Xingqiu Burst, Yelan Burst, and even Toma Burst, and a bunch of other abilities that off-field abilities that require you to do normal attacks don't work with them because you're not normal attacking with them. You're doing charged attacks with them. So, he's a very handsome man. I will say that. Very cool looking dude as well. And if you're into Dragon Ball, sure, you're gonna love him. It's basically, yeah, it's literally okay. You guys know that meme from like 3 years ago? Like everyone kept memeing Goku banner when. Oops. Okay. Event. I forgot. It's supposed to be here. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Do you watch anime? Yeah, of course, of course. Just, I mean, like, Martin, you gotta expect people who play Genshin also watch anime. I I'm sure there are probably a few people out there that play Genshin and like Genshin, but don't watch anime. But I don't know. Like, you could probably just count them in your hands. The number of people that play Genshin but don't watch anime or don't read manga and stuff. I would imagine there are probably very few to none out there. Kamehameha, yeah. I mean, right? Okay, yeah. Dragon Ball fans, you guys are gonna love this. This is like that meme from like 3 years ago, where everybody kept saying, Goku banner, when? Goku banner is in 2.1 and 2.2, 2.0. Here you are. Literally, Kamehameha, man. That's it. Alright, you guys are gonna love him if you're into that. But as for versatility, I don't think he's very versatile. He's similar to basically the same as like all other on-field characters, right? All other most other on-field characters have a they're a DPS, and you make the team around them instead of them being part of the team. So similar to, I don't know, like a physical razor, right? A physical razor, right? So what you want to do is you want to make him shine, or like a Zhao team or a Wanderer team. You want to make the on-field character shine, especially because those kinds of characters, they don't have any off-field abilities at all. They don't have any way to utilize artifact sets that have supportive capabilities. They don't have any supportive abilities themselves. So he's like, Neuvillette is very much like that. So yeah, take that as you will. There are some on-field characters that do have that are sort of like a team player, if you will, like Ayato, for example, right? Ayato, or okay, I mean, I guess you could say Neuvillette is also that, because like Ayato and Neuvillette are very similar in the way that they play. The only difference is that Ayato has a much bigger AoE with his normal attack slashes. His Xingqiu blades, his Xingqiu blades just have a really wide AoE, and Ayato does have another advantage, which is like he has an off-field ability. You can play him just as an off-field character just by spamming his burst. You give him enough energy recharge, that's it. Now you have an AoE off-field Hydro applier. And so Ayato is like, he plays very similarly, because with Neuvillette you're gonna hold down your left mouse button to do a charged attack. With Ayato, when you use your skill, you can spam your normal attacks. You could spam the heck out of your left mouse button, or you could just hold it down and then it'll spam his Xingqiu blades. If somehow Freminet plays as both an on-field and off-field character, I'll use her with Bennett, Zhongli, and Kaza. I don't know how to feel about like what Freminet might be, because like, so typically the Traveler typically is very similar to the Archon of that element, right? Like Animo Traveler was focused around crowd control, very similar to Venti, who is the Animo Archon, and so oddly enough, Geo Traveler has no shields other than like being able to, like, because he's Geo, you could make crystallize with him, but he's mostly like putting down structures is what Geo Traveler is, so at least he has that going for him. Electro Traveler is very similar, energy generation, and Dendro Traveler was off-field Dendro application in a wide area, right? Especially if you put Hydro on his like Dendro lamp. And so for Hydro, so far we've seen Hydro Traveler. I've never used him. I honestly hate him. He's so bad. Geo Traveler hits real hard. He does. Yeah, he does. I mean, they had to at least make him good, right? Like, he's Geo. It's Geo already. They at least had to make him useful in some way. So yes, Geo Traveler does hit really hard, especially once you get that constellation where the rock things like your the rock summonings that you create when they explode, they do the same amount of damage as when you put them down. That's crazy. Um, what is Hutao banner? I don't know what time it is where you are, Wiz Rome, but for me it is tomorrow. I'm at GMT +8 time zone. 3:05 p.m. September 26th, Tuesday, where I am. The version update for me is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Oh, sorry. It finishes at tomorrow at 11 a.m. Yeah, and because it's a version update, it's the same time for everybody. It's not just a banner change where Asia gets it first, EU gets it next, and then NA gets it last. Yeah, because it's a version update, it's the same time for everybody. You on PC? Yes, I am on PC. Quite a bit of that. Oh, okay. You guys are talking about anime, but yeah, I don't think Neuvillette is very versatile. I will say though, Neuvillette and Hutao are very similar. Like obviously, you can just spam normal attacks with Hutao if you want to, but you're gonna get the most bang for your buck by spamming her charge attacks. And if you want to be efficient on resin, you can learn and practice animation canceling, such as like if you don't have C1, then you could do jump cancels. If you do have C1, you could do dash cancels. But ultimately, spamming charge attacks. Very similar with Neuvillette. Only difference is that they're Hydro and Pyro. I think because Hutao is Pyro, Hutao, at the very least, while she has zero off-field capabilities, just like with Neuvillette, Hutao can at least be used to, do like there's a variety of like Dendro teams that you could run with her. There's like this Burgeon team that some people use with her because she's Pyro and you're expecting to vape with her. So typically, you would put some elemental mastery on her, right? So whether you vape or you burgeon, you're benefiting from that EM. RJ, gotta go. I get some rest. Get prepared to get yelled at by my ELA teacher. Oh God. All right. Well, hey. Thanks for stopping by, Cloud. Take care, man, and good luck, man. Good luck. Try to find a way to become invisible in the classroom. Like mentally invisible to get ignored. I'm sure everybody who's ever been a student at some point in their lives has tried to learn that skill at some point. But yeah, like I don't know. Like I don't know. Obviously, I don't know Neuvillette's multipliers, but I don't think we've gotten a character with as high like potential multipliers as somebody like Hutao or some of like the really old DPS characters, right? Like okay, obviously Zhao he's a very old character and he's certainly not, like there's certainly not a way to make him overtake other top tier DPS characters like maximum potential DPS, but despite him being like a rather old DPS character, he's still very viable. And there's a reason why Hutao is still viable because I don't know how they did the math back then, but for some I don't know. I've been saying this for like 2 or 3 years now. I think early on in Genshin they decided that they were going to sell characters based on power creep, and then they probably decided against it, and that's when we started getting very meh characters, right? We got Zhao, we got Hutao, we got Ganyu, and those were like every patch was like, whoa, bigger damage. And then at some point we got Eula. Eula was okay, like she gave us the biggest single digit number, and that was like a certain, it was power creep in a certain way in a very specific scenario, but it was just basically a damage per screenshot power creep. But after that, Hoyo probably realized, what are we gonna power creep now? we can't power creep anything anymore. And if we keep power creeping, we can't rerun old characters anymore. Nobody's gonna pull for them, and we don't want to buff old characters. That would be awful. Yeah. So, and so I don't know. I would imagine that Neuvillette's multipliers probably won't be enough, like, to compare to characters like Hutao. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just speculating based on corporate behavior and, of course, player behavior as well. Just looking at patterns is what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't really look at leaks. If you guys look at leaks, sure, it's up to you. But I prefer to not look at leaks. I like the feeling of speculating and being proved right. Like, I don't know, at some point. If I'm wrong, then okay, I'm wrong. But if I'm proven right, it's so satisfying to me. 4 stars though. The have you done the pre-update? Yeah, of course. I always do that, man. I just since okay, I think it was 1.1. I think it was 1.1. Genshin 1.1 was awful. There was no pre-install thing yet. It was awful. Everybody was updating at the same time. Man, it was a nightmare. It took like an entire day before I eventually was able to like do the update. I had to okay, I would update now, and then it wouldn't work because like it would literally be at 0 kbps because everybody's trying to update, and I would pause it and then try again later. Still same thing, or it would go at like 300 kbps, trying to download like 6 or 10 gigabytes. So yeah, it was kind of a nightmare. Hutao's multipliers are low, but Hutao makes up for it with fast attack speed. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not talking about like her multipliers like for her abilities. I'm talking about multipliers like, okay, multipliers like all of them all together, like, you know, along with like off-field ability buffs, along with like their abilities to change their stats. Right, like in Hutao's case, when you use her skill, it gives her attack. I'm talking about like overall. I'm not talking about like multipliers just for with single abilities. And I don't know. They just. I'm sure. Like, imagine you're. Oh, not. That's not what I wanted to click on. I'm sure if you're a game developer, obviously the type of game this is. Imagine somebody in the game dev team thinking, okay, what character are we gonna need to make next? Okay, we're gonna make a Hydro Catalyst user. Right, it starts off with that. Okay, who are they? Okay, obviously there's like the lore stuff, right? Who are they? What are they in Teyvat? Are they important, etc.? Like, what is their role? What is their job? What is, etc. Right? Like, how do they integrate into the story? Obviously, there's that part. Obviously, there's like the design part, the character design, and those are handled by other teams, right? So when it comes to like the combat stuff, obviously there's like the animation team, and then the animation team is probably going to coordinate a lot with like the math team, the people who do the math stuff, making sure that the characters do adequate DPS, because obviously it's a combat game, right? It is a waifu husbando collector simulator, sure, but there's also combat. So they have to at least do adequate damage for the content that they are giving us in Abyss, in Overworld, in events, etc. But they also have to do the math that it doesn't, you know, we don't get another Hutao, right? Like, imagine Hutao is like, what? How old is Hutao? 3 years old at this point. She's still like a top tier like DPS. Obviously, recently we did get somebody who does like really good, who has like really good overall multipliers, and that was Alhaitham, but he doesn't like, and okay, same thing with Hutao, right? Like, if you don't vape or if you don't melt with Hutao, then she's just like, right? She just hits like a wet noodle. But, and the same thing with Alhaitham, if you don't spread or if you don't have like a hyper bloom going on in the background, then obviously he's just gonna hit like a wet noodle. But like the maximum potential DPS that they have is like really high, especially because how Alhaitham is Dendro. He has like really high personal damage, plus the fact that he's Dendro, you could put him in like a Burgeon team or a Hyper Bloom team. Then you got Burgeon and Hyper Bloom going on top of his own personal damage. Item is everything. Yeah, and like I love that he has like basically permanent infusion, right? Like he's like if okay, imagine if Sino had a way to get into his like transformed state using his skill and or his burst. Sino might not do as much damage as Alhaitham, but he certainly wouldn't be as bad as he is now. Right? Like, and even if you swapped both of them, if you swap like Sino and Alhaitham, like where if Alhaitham's infusion was locked behind his burst and Sino's wasn't, like it would just be part of his skill and part of his burst. Because Sino, I think from what I understand, I think Sino has like lower overall like maximum DPS, like personal DPS, you know, according to his multipliers, whereas Alhaitham has higher ones, like overall. I think it would be fair that way. Like they would both be a bit more balanced. But Alhaitham's really, really strong, right? And I understand, but we don't often get a character that does that much potential DPS nowadays. And I'm willing to bet, while again earlier I said Neuvillette is very similar to Hutao in a way that they are both on-field characters that have zero off-field presence and zero ways of utilizing support artifact sets or weapons. Well, I guess okay, Neuvillette. You can put Neuvillette on 4 Noblesse and TTDS. Sure, if you want to. I mean, he is a catalyst user. You could put TTDS on him, I guess. You could burst on him every now and then. He scales off of HP, sure. And then swap to whoever your DPS is. Oh man. Alright. I'm sure the Neuvillette wanters, the Neuvillette fan base, is gonna mold if when they see somebody using Neuvillette like that. They're going to mold. Maybe we should do that. Should we do that? I don't. Okay, I'm gonna say no because like I'm not a whale. I can't exactly pull for just anyone, just for the memes. But if I wasn't, if I was actually a spender and if I could actually spend money on this game, if I could afford to spend money on this game, I might actually do that. just to trigger some people out there. Finally I can get C6 Xingqiu. Yeah, right? Genshin is easy. Just run every character on 4. What? Just run every character. Sorry, what do you mean? Oh, 4-piece emblem. Okay. Is his weapon good? Oh, okay. Hang on. I don't think that's in the in-game notices. I might have to... Yeah, okay. I think I might have to go to Twitter for that. No, okay. It looks like it's not in here then. Alright. Yeah, so we might have to go to Twitter for that. Hang on. I'm gonna go get it ready. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. I'm opening X, not Twitter. I'm opening X. Honestly, I'm surprised that Twitter still is working at this point. Because, like, how many people, how much of their staff have they fired already? And I'm honestly just surprised that the website is still up. The app is still open. Their servers are still running somehow. Wait, didn't they tweet the thing recently? Why can't I find it? Hang on. I am opening some other stuff too that we might want to take a look at in a moment. Did they tweet about it? I'm sure they did, right? Like otherwise, how are people How do people have footage of it already? You don't need staff to run bots. Oof. Oof. Oh. Oh, what a burn. Ooh, sick burn. Okay, I see that as a burn. Like, if, you know, if Twitter was in the room, if Twitter was here, I see that, I absolutely see that as a burn. Because, wow, calling a social media, like, platform out and saying you don't need people to run bots. Okay, I found it, Let's see if we can switch. Where is, okay. Ooh, I think that's right. Okay, there it is. Okay. Hey, what's up? What? Good to see you, man. Because 88 crit damage. Yeah. I've already seen some people's videos on it. I didn't really pay attention to the passive though, so this is more or less the first time I'm seeing it. All I remember is that it gave HP. Okay, yeah, right here. But it didn't really like pay attention to how to actually proc like the other stuff on it. Okay, so obviously it's a 5-star. It's obviously it's Neuvillette's weapon, so it's literally designed for him. And because now this is one good thing. Okay, there's some pros and cons to the way that Genshin's been designing weapons in the past while. So I'm sure you guys have noticed when they hang on. I might as well do this. So we have some music playing in the background. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm sure you guys have noticed that is Neuvillette good? Oh, and Emo. Yeah, good to see you, by the way. If like I actually literally just talked about him, like go back a little bit, maybe 15-20 minutes. Yeah, and you'll hear all my thoughts on Neuvillette. Obviously, I don't know his like multipliers and stuff. All I know is like his like basic like gameplay mechanics and what I think about them. So obviously I can't talk about like how good his numbers will be because I'm not a math guy and I don't know his multipliers because I don't look at leaks. So yeah, it's like go back like 15-20 minutes and you'll hear all my thoughts on Neuvillette. I think he is good. Like obviously he's an on-field character, so I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's better than somebody like I don't know, a Kuki Shinobu or a Xingqiu or a Fischl or even a Dory, right? I would like prefer like if Dory was a 5-star and Neuvillette was a 5-star, I would pick Dory if I had to pick one of them. You need to know the game to make new good. Wow, okay, that's what a statement. I wouldn't think he's that bad, like unless if he has really bad multipliers. If he has really bad multipliers, then yes, that statement's probably completely true. But if he has like at least decent to good multipliers, then I don't think you need like to be really good at the game to make him good. But that can be true if he has bad multipliers. Anyway, so obviously the way that the Hoyo has been designing characters recently is they make a character. Obviously, it has a kit. They have a play style, right? And it's part of their passives are related to it. Their abilities are related to it. And so for the past good long while now, they have been designing their signature weapons specifically for them. Some signature weapons are better than others because some signature weapons, because like those like limited 5-star characters, their playstyle is somewhat similar to other characters, then at least their signature weapons are also usable. Anywhere from usable to decent to good to really good on other characters. But on some characters, they don't have anyone similar to them. Okay, so I know that I mentioned earlier that Ayato and Neuvillette are very similar in terms of how they play, but obviously Ayato is not a catalyst user. Obviously he can't use Neuvillette's weapon. So yes, No one else will probably be able to proc this, and because of the way. Okay, so I got into this topic a few minutes ago because I wanted to discuss this. So because of the way that Hoyo has been designing signature weapons for a good long while now, we can kind of guess how their abilities and or their passives probably work. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Tomb of Eternal Flow, Catalyst user. It is a low base attack, 5-star. 542 is the lowest base base attack a 5-star weapon has ever had so far. So, which means we get a really big secondary stat. Kind of like with Jade Cutter, right? Jade Cutter has 542 base attack as well as a 5-star. And because of that, we get an insane amount of crit rate on Jade Cutter, 44.1, I believe. Yeah, 44.1 crit rate. Same thing with this. Low base attack means high secondary stat. Okay, so yeah, 88 crit damage is certainly no joke. Now, I don't think this... Okay, just because it has 88 crit damage, just like Aqua Simulacra, it doesn't mean that this is as valuable as Aqua Simulacra. So now what do I mean by that? So the problem with so this is the problem with Catalyst users. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go back in game. Hang on, I'm gonna go back in game. I'm gonna go find something. All right, I'm gonna go find something. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. What the problem is with all Catalyst users. Okay. So, this is the problem with all Catalyst users. This weapon right here. So, obviously, this is a support weapon, right? Obviously. Now... The thing is, imagine if TTDS didn't exist. Your support Catalyst users, you would just have them running other weapons. Or you would try to make them do damage. Right? Like, it's a... Okay, who is a... Let's take a look at some of our Catalyst users. Okay. So, which of these are supports? Alright, okay, Nahida, obviously. But people typically don't use Nahida with TTDS. So, okay, but which means Ayato's weapon might be pretty decent on her. Just for the crit damage, just for the stats. We haven't gone into the passive yet. Okay, Mona, right? She's a very support-oriented character. Sucrose, very support-oriented character. Barbara, Lisa, yeah, right? Very support-oriented characters. So typically you would run TTDS on them. But what if in a world where Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayers doesn't exist? That would be a very different world. So, right? Imagine if TTDS didn't exist, what other catalysts would we be using on these characters? Okay, so if TTDS didn't exist, we would probably put Favonius Codex on Mona. Okay, alright, who else? Sucrose. Okay, we would probably put Sacrificial Fragments or Map a Mare on her. Somebody like Lisa. Maybe Fab Codex just to help her get her burst back? Sure. Barbara?
I wonder what
I don't know. What would you do? What would we do with Barbara? I have no idea. She doesn't do any damage. You can't exactly try to make her do damage unless if you really want to. Fab Codex, I guess, just to get your burst back more often. But sure, right? We have like choices. We have a variety of choices with support Catalyst users if TTDS didn't exist. But for somebody like Mona, one of those options would be to make her do damage, which means you would put something like I don't know. You would put something like Lost Prayer or Widsith, right? Or something like this on Mona, right? With 88 crit damage. But because, because it's a catalyst, because we're talking about catalysts here, the fact that TTDS exists means this weapon, despite having the same base attack, same crit damage as something like Aqua Simulacra, it's not as valuable as Aqua Simulacra. And even more so when we start getting into the passive, because obviously Aqua Simulacra's passive is very universally useful, right? So HP, okay, obviously not everyone wants HP, but having more HP will never be, I don't know, it'll never be harmful to you, right? Just being tankier. Like, what if you just take 1 or 2 more hits than you wanted to, and instead of dying, now you have 50 HP, right? So having more HP will never be harmful. It won't always be the best thing, but it'll never be harmful. Okay, and this thing also has HP. Now, the other passive Aqua has is that you actually do more damage when you're near enemies, which is a very universal passive. And that's why people kept saying it was the Bow of Homa. Okay, so as for this one is a lot more niche than with Aqua Simulacra. When current HP increases or decreases, charge attack damage will be increased by 14%, can stack up to 3 times. Do note, each of those stacks will only last up to 4 seconds, which means you have to do this pretty frequently. You have to increase or decrease your HP pretty frequently to keep, like, how much is that? 43% charged attack damage. And it's only charged attack damage. It's not hydro damage, it's not elemental damage, it's just charged attack damage. So, it's very, very, very niche. This effect can be triggered every 0.3 seconds. Okay, the character has 3 stacks. Third stack duration refreshes. Okay, 8 energy will be restored. The energy restoration can be triggered once every 12 seconds. Okay, so you get a bit of energy from it as well. Obviously, you can't even get... Okay, wow. There's like the energy thing. You can't even get the energy thing if you can't fulfill the first one. If you can't fulfill the first, like, part of the passive. So, yeah, that just goes to show how niche this weapon is. Like, if you can't fulfill the first part, you can't get the second part, right? So I know that you could just, I don't know, you could find a way to decrease and increase your HP. Obviously, heal yourself. But, like, how do you decrease your HP? What if you have a shielder on your team? What if you're fighting, I don't know, like, Fatui agents that are just, like, standing around, like, hello. RJ, I'm back. Miss you guys. I'm excited for tomorrow. Yo, welcome back, Ice Bear. Oh, you are excited for, wait a moment. I was not ready for you to come by. Okay, here we go. You're excited for Little Daddy, right? This little dude right here. New banner updated? No, not yet, my friend. Not yet. It is tomorrow. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I am at GMT +8. It is currently 3:33 p.m. September 26th, Tuesday, where I am, and the version update, because it's not a banner change, it's a version update. So it is the same time for everybody. It is tomorrow, at least according to my time. I don't know where you guys are. You don't use Hazo? No, I don't use Hazo. I haven't gotten to the point with my accounts yet where I want to, I don't know, where I raise characters that I just don't think are, I don't know, like, that I just don't generally, like, enjoy the play style of. Like, I haven't. So obviously, okay, I'm a very practical kind of player, right? I raise characters that I'm sure I'm going to use, and at some point I finally fulfilled that I don't know, that goal, right, where I raise all the characters that I will potentially use in different teams. I'll be you, Xingqiu, Diona, at some point Mona. All these characters, I use them at some point, and I use them at some point, and I need them for certain team archetypes. And at some point I got, yeah, because after I fulfilled that goal, I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do now? So I decided, okay, I would raise some characters that I wouldn't use in any of those teams, where I just use them because I want to use them. And I gotta say, I still haven't found myself using them even after raising them. So I'm still far from the point where I'm so bored that I would raise characters that I will never use. Like Kaveh, I have no idea when I'm ever gonna raise Kaveh, because like his playstyle is like you have to want to use him to actually be able to use him. And same thing with Hazo. The thing with Hazo, he's a DPS, right? Doesn't really have any off-field abilities, and for me to use him, I would really have to want to use him, and I don't really want to because he's a DPS and he's a 4-star DPS. I already have 5-star DPSs. Why would I want to use a 4-star DPS which does less damage, right? Unless if I really like the character, if I really like the playstyle, which I don't, and I'm not exactly I like this character, I'm gonna play this. I'm not exactly that kind of player, so yeah, no. Fav is Mona's best of slot if you want to ever use her burst. I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of ways to be able to use her burst. Yeah, because like, okay, I think I am lacking a little bit of ER. I don't have Fav Codex because obviously I have her on TTDS. Because I want to buff either my Ayaka or my Ganyu in my freeze teams. So that's why I have her on TTDS. But I just I just tried my best to I gave her energy recharge obviously, and I tried my best to give her energy recharge substats to try to reach like a certain energy recharge threshold, because I've already got some crit damage, crit rate already. So I don't know, I tried to give her some crit rate and crit damage so that she would do some damage, while being a support. But yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to get her burst back up. Anyway, it's a low energy burst cost. It's not super low. It's not the lowest, obviously, but it's not 80. Yeah, and because my Kazuha is most of the time on Fav, it certainly helps out. So I don't usually have problems getting Mona's burst back. But I will admit that 214 energy recharge on her without Fav is certainly a little bit lacking. Like, I would prefer something like 240, 250 maybe. That would be like perfectly comfortable, and I wouldn't have to think about funneling Fav particles into her. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. My second account is probably capped on resin right now, so I will be right back, guys. I gotta swap over to that, make sure my energy is not capped there, or sorry, my resin's not capped there. Yes, daddy husband. Daddy husband is a must pull for me. Oh man, he certainly is one of the cooler characters in the game. I'll say that. Yeah, and you know I'm a straight dude, and you often hear me talk highly about Zhongli, and I gotta say, I will talk as highly about Neuvillette as I do with Zhongli. And yes, my resin is capped. Okay. Alright, call the police. No, that's not the police, that's an ambulance. Okay. Alright, I just need to get my resin running. What happened to your messages, Blue? You erased so many of them. No, I swapped too early. Oh hey, guys, I've always been meaning to ask this, but how do some players spam F so quickly? Are they using some kind of macro to do that? You know, like when picking up a lot of stuff from the ground, a lot of drops. some people seem to go like ding 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 ding, and like the fastest I could press F to do that is just ding 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 ding, just that fast. Like obviously I can't see a number. Obviously I didn't measure the speed, so I could just represent it by making a sound.
Gotcha. Rain outlines your fate.
I haven't logged in for 2 months. My gosh, I miss Genshin. Hey, that's good. That's good. I think that's what Hoyo wants people to feel about their game. They want people to miss Genshin. Hey, and Emo, are you still there? If you're still there, did you go back and listen to my thoughts on Neuvillette?
Let me lead you a little. Gotcha. Game's up. Time's over. Busted.
Oh, you did? Okay. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't know. He's a DPS, right? Obviously, he's an on-field DPS. He doesn't have any supportive capabilities. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go to my third account as well and make sure that my resin isn't capped on there too. But yeah, he has no supportive abilities or capabilities. He has no, at least from what we know so far, he has no ability to utilize supportive artifact sets. So he is an on-field DPS. And so when it comes to being an on-field DPS, the only saving grace you have is either you're really good at doing damage, or you are you have versatility, right? Where you could play him in you could play your character in not just one team, but like multiple other teams. Oh, good. I'm not capped on resin yet. That's good. Yeah, reaction driver. That's right, right? And that's what I was talking about when it comes to versatility. Now, okay, so he's Hydro, right? Okay, he's a Hydro on-field character. Same thing as Ayato, same thing as Tartaglia. Who else? Who else is an on-field Hydro character? DPS Kokomi, I guess. Yeah, an on-field normal attacking DPS Kokomi? Sure. Right? Very the same as those. So now the thing is, okay, let's compare it to Kokomi. Kokomi has a way to be just off-field support. Her jellyfish is off-field AoE hydro application. She still does her job of healing. And while if you're not building her as a DPS, she's not doing that much damage. But you could use TTDS to make somebody else do more damage. Or put 4-piece Millilith on her, and her jellyfish will proc for 4-piece Millilith. And what else? Because she has off-field AoE Hydro application, you can make a Bloom team or a Hyper Bloom team, a Virgin team kind of work. Hyper Bloom and Virgin probably not as much, but something like a Nilou team, you could make that work. Or you could make a freeze team with it, a electro charge team, sure, right? Now, with, okay, let's say Tartaglia and Ayato. So Tartaglia has 0 off-field abilities, other than his like Riptide thing. It's not a very good off-field ability, exactly, right? Okay. Then let's go for AoE and how much Hydro he applies. I don't think that anybody applies as much Hydro as Tartaglia does when he's on the field, when he's out there ripping. Yeah, like his what is it called? Riptide thing applies Hydro so fast. From my understanding, it doesn't have ICD. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But and so on top of that, he has a nukeable burst. Yeah, he has a nukeable burst, a burst that you could use to nuke if you do your setup correctly. Okay, I guess this one's closer. With Ayato, you have good AoE. You don't have as much Hydro application as Tartaglia. You have good AoE with his Xingqiu blades. According to what's her name, Kettle Toro. There we go. Kettle Toro called them Xingqiu blades. So yeah, and his burst is an AoE off-field ability, so he has off-field abilities. Okay, whereas Neuvillette doesn't have off-field. And I forgot. Tartaglia and Ayato both have. They both do. Well, Tartaglia. Most people do charged attacks on Tartaglia, but you have the option to do normal attacks as well, right? And Ayato obviously only does normal attacks. And because they do normal attacks, that allows for them to be able to be teamed up with off-field characters that have supportive capabilities, right? That are off-field supports that have abilities that need you to normal attack, like C6 Fischl or Toma's burst, Xingqiu's and Yelan's burst, abilities like that. And that's why I think whoops, wrong button. Okay, that's why I think Neuvillette isn't as what's the word I'm looking for? Versatile. There you go. Versatile as other on-field characters, because you have one way to play them, and that's it. There's no other way to play them. $45 cost nuke as well. Oh, yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, really low burst cost. Plus, I think when you do the ranged version of Tartaglia's burst, it refunds you some energy as well. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember hearing that from someone before, and that's why I actually, despite the melee burst clearly being a much higher multiplier than the ranged burst, a lot of people still seem to use the ranged burst. So yeah, as far as I remember, I think you get like some kind of energy refund from using the ranged burst. For me, Ayato, one of the best Hydro application besides Kokomi, Yelan, and Xingqiu. Yeah, the only I guess hang on, what is this? Immune to Geo and has a cryo thing. Jeez. Alright. Yeah, the only thing with Ayato is like he can't exactly replace Tartaglia in National. That's the only, I guess, disadvantage he has. But it's not exactly a disadvantage, because like he can. The only problem is that like at like before your rotation ends, like enemies will start to have pyro on them instead of hydro. Especially if you infuse Kazuha, if you have Kazuha in there, and if you infuse Kazuha's burst with pyro. But if you don't, like if you somehow infuse it with hydro, I think it's actually enough hydro application for I think it's enough hydro application for National. These Blastoise. That I have heard people say that. Blastoise. Jeez. Neuvillette also isn't a strong on-field damage dealer as well.
Stabilize.
Yet.
Access denied.
Yet. Oh. Alright. Well, I cannot comment on that yet. I can neither confirm nor deny without the secretary's approval. Banners are up? No, not yet, Oishi. Tomorrow. So this is not a banner change. This is a version update. 4.1 is a version update. It's not just a banner change. So it is going to happen at the same time for everyone. I don't know where you are from, what time zone you're in, but for me, I'm at GMT plus 8. That's Hong Kong time.
Born of ice from
And right now it is 3:50 p.m. September 26th, Tuesday. And for me, that would be the version update. The maintenance break would probably would end at around 11 a.m. tomorrow. So that would be let's see, how many hours would that be? 12 plus 7, so 19 hours from now. Yeah, right. Is my math right? Yeah. 19. Hang on. I think that's right. I don't know. let me make sure. Hang on. Yeah, okay, 19 hours. 19 hours from now. New map also? Yeah, you're right. There is also a new map. Bye guys, good luck with tomorrow's pulls. Some people are probably gonna pull. Yeah, I think I don't know if Sean's still here, but I remember him saying that he's gonna pull for Hutao. Good luck to all gonna pull for him and her. Yeah. I don't think many people are gonna be pulling for Hutao at this point, because like she's had multiple reruns already, and because she's a character that just a lot of people like, she's just how would I describe, what's the word I'm looking for? Unanimously a good character. Like I don't think, yeah, I don't think, I think very few people would say that she's a bad character. Because she's a DPS, yes. She doesn't have any off-field abilities, yes. Is she easy to use? No. Okay, so you could say that, you could use that and say, oh, she's not very good because she's hard to use. Sure. But she's a DPS, and she's really good at being a DPS. So that's why I think very few people will say that she's a bad character. So, and because of that, I think a lot of people have already gone for her, and the people that are not interested in going for her have not gone for her, and because they're not interested in her playstyle, they are never gonna go for her. So I think, I don't know, I'm just assuming, just gonna guess, I think Hutao's sales this time are not gonna be as good as her previous banner sales. I mean, I know it's a given, but I think it's gonna be lower than what anyone expects. Just a guess. See you tomorrow, Neuvillette. Oh man, the last one was Al Haytham. Oh, hey Ice Bear, what about Wriothesley? What do you think about Wriothesley, huh? Can't sacrifice my guaranteed for C1 Hutao, because I think Farina is a hard pass. Really? Wait, what are you basing that off of, Chokoshu? What are you basing that off of? I'm coping with C0 and still good. Still good with it. Better get Farina than C1 Hutao. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Your previous message says Farina is a hard pass. Florida. Florida. Chlorindo. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, you got I gotta say, okay, so obviously they released the chlorine, sorry, not chlorine, Farina's drip marketing together with Charlotte's drip marketing, right? And according to how Hoyo has done that before, when they release drip marketing of a 5-star and a 4-star at the same time, or at least like close to each other, that typically means that they are going to come out in the same banner. Or if not in the same banner, then at least in the same version update. And because they haven't released Chlorine's what's it called, drip marketing, I'm a little disappointed that she's not gonna be a 4-star, which means she's not gonna run together with Farina. And if she was a 4-star and if she ran together with Farina, that would have been, oof, that would have been magnifique, as the French say. Well, the French don't exactly say it like that because I don't know the French accent, but sure. That would have been awesome. I would have really, really loved to see that. That being said, like, if Chlorine was a 4-star, I don't think she'd be really good, and I don't think I'd ever raise her. But I would still be happy just to have her. Farina, easy skip there, I said it. Whoa, let's calm down here. I swear. Whoa. Of course, I'm gonna pull for him as well. Alright. Hey, Ice Bear, I'm glad to have you here. Because I'm a very objective kind of Genshin player, I'm glad to have a very subjective kind of player. Because I wish I could be like that, and like having you here makes me realize, wow, Genshin could actually be a lot more fun if I was a little less objective. And having subjective players like you here kind of reminds me of that, and it's awesome. Thank you.
Rain outlines your fate.
Stabilize.
Let me lead you a breath.
Oh, I don't know if you guys know this. Daddy Wan. Do you guys know Daddy Wan? He's a shorts creator, shorts YouTuber. I don't know what to call him. Shorter?
Body and mind.
Shorts content creator? What should I call them? He's a shorts YouTuber. There, I guess so. I guess I could use that. Yeah. And I used to love his like his shorts. Like they were just hilarious to me. But I remember at some point I was able to watch one of his streams, and on stream he himself admitted to like slowly running out of ideas. Shorty, really? Is that actually what people are calling them, or is that a meme?
No, my sword.
So Yeah, I remember watching him on stream and then him literally saying live that he was like close to like running out of ideas, and like he said that his shorts might, I don't know, like slowly like go down in quality. Yeah, and I don't know, it was just kind of disappointing to hear him say that and then see it happen. Like I'm not saying that his shorts, like his content now is terrible. I'm just saying that it certainly is a far cry from what they used to be. And I do understand someone can have only so many great ideas, and people are like okay, like let's face it. Look at Microsoft. Look at Microsoft, look at Google. How many uh industry breaking ideas or products have they come up with in recent years? Right, Microsoft with Windows. What else? Windows, and then I guess Microsoft Office. Sure. Anything else? There's nothing else. Okay, Google made Google. Okay, Gmail. Sure. YouTube. They didn't exactly make YouTube, but okay, sure. And what have they done recently? I guess Google Assistant, but it hasn't really changed anything.
Past.
It's like I don't know. Google Assistant seems really niche for now. It's just not good enough to cater to everybody just yet.
My endless cycle begins.
But I think RJ is best RJ. Eee, all right. Well, I mean, we've talked about the banners already, so I'm already starting to rant. I guess I'm trying to find a way to blame myself for that, but I can't find an excuse. Pop. Yep, okay, I got it. No, I couldn't destroy it. Alright. How did I not hit both of them at the same time? I was honestly expecting to hit both of them with that one E. Meanwhile, another content creator. We're gonna milk the 4 same character boss. Rushed. Okay, alright. Hey, okay. At least that's not at least that's not the only content. Like at least that's not the bulk of my content, okay? At least I'm not like at least my content is not, hey, I'm gonna play these 4 characters like as optimally as possible.
Good riddance, cruel world.
At least it's like alright, that actually hit me there. At least my content is like, I guess it's mostly, I don't know. I guess I can actually agree with people saying it's like very podcasty is what I do, and it's basically a podcast disguised as a gaming stream. No, not that. Swap! Come on, okay. Man, I hate it that sometimes when you're like on a like a rough platform, you can't swap, and sometimes like if you're on a shorter character, like for example if I'm on Nahida and like for some reason like the collider, basically an invisible like 3D model which acts as like a wall, like an invisible wall to objects, like here for example, right? The fact that I can't walk through this like ley line means that there's a collider here somewhere, and sometimes when a collider like is not perfectly straight, it's like this, like slanting off a little bit. I'm on a shorter character, I can't swap to a taller character because like they wouldn't fit. And I hate that, like, sometimes it's so annoying I can't swap characters just because of that. RJ, yo, what's up, Scorf? Good to see you, man. How are you? Ajay Rants is my new favorite TV show. All right. Well, I guess I kind of had that one coming. Speaking of which, did you hear about the VA strike? Oh yeah, yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. Um, I mean, it's been going on for. Okay, sorry, I don't claim to know much about it. I heard about it. It's like I didn't read any articles about it. I didn't like hear any news about it. I just heard about it from some other people. Is that different from like the writer slash actor strike in Hollywood? Or is it like a similar, are they somehow related or what? But either way, I do think it's unfortunate, like the reason why they have to go on strike. But I do think it's fair that they're doing it, and I'm actually kind of how would I say this, impressed, and I don't know, like I have a lot of respect for them for like going on strike. Like, could you imagine if you think you're being treated unfairly at work or something, or in school, or sorry, let's say work, right? That's your livelihood. You have a family to feed, you have bills to pay, you have mortgages to pay, right? Imagine if you were in that situation and you deciding, you know what, I'm not being treated fairly. I'm not gonna work anymore until you start treating me fairly, right? Like that takes a lot of some serious 2 round things below a long thing. That takes courage, man. That is not something easy to do, especially when a strike is essentially the like the simplification, the oversimplification of it really is that you are going to wait until like one of you is starved. Like either you, the one going on strike, or the corporations that you're going on strike against, starved for labor. Like you starving for cash to use, you know, like to continue living, making a living, or the corporations starved for labor.
No, my sword! Let me lead you. Here comes the test. Your verdict is decided.
Oh,
Only
I thought that last one would do her in. All right. You already told he's not pulling. Gotcha addicts. Gotcha addicts. Shake my head. I wasn't here. I mean, do a pull. Can you do a wish? I mean, like, yeah, but it's not exactly the most interesting wish you've ever seen. It's just another blue. And that's why I don't exactly rely on wishing for content. Because the fact that I'm not a whale, the fact that I don't like have like a job or like a business or some other form of income that gives me enough income for my necessities and my what is it called, my interests, right? Things I want. Because I don't have that, and obviously this, like, obviously, okay, some of you guys probably come here, like, especially when you guys come here, like, you guys probably think like, hey, this guy's streaming a video game, like, wow, like high graphics, okay, probably has good, okay, 1080p streaming at 1080p, wow, like his streams at 1440p, the guy probably has like a really good like $5,000 PC. I'm not like bashing on you. I'm like pretending to be like some people. And I did used to think like that. I swear, I do admit it. I used to think like that. Just the fact that I see somebody streaming their gameplay or whatever they're streaming online, I immediately they immediately think, wow, these guys are probably like doing well for themselves. But then you can't always say that about people. Like, okay, let's say not video game streamers. What about I don't know, like some like cooking streamers, right? Some of them just some of them when they start doing it, okay, most of the time you see them having like this really nice kitchen, really nice and presentable, and people immediately think, oh, they're streaming. Wow, their stream's pretty clear. 1080p or probably an SLR, probably a smartphone. I don't know, right? And people immediately think, oh, these guys are earning a lot. Like these guys, this guy's a streamer. Okay, like he's probably like this kitchen was probably paid for by streaming money, etc. And while in a lot of cases that's probably true, especially when you see them having like I don't know like 1,000 viewers basically like every stream, like, and not just 1,000 views. I'm talking about 1,000 viewers, like what are they called? Concurrent viewers, right? Sure, maybe if you see them have that kitchen, that house, probably paid for by streaming money. But if you see somebody streaming
Boats are
and you
made
see
for
like
transferring commodities
5,
back and forth.
30,
And those that
30
come across
viewers,
Yelan tend to stay a while.
no.
So it is where many
That
things
PC,
come
they
to
paid for it themselves. That internet, their internet bills, everything else in their life, no, they're paying for themselves. Like streaming is an expense for somebody like that. It's an expense. They're doing it just because they want to. Good afternoon, y'all. Yo, what's up, Kane? Good to see you, man. RJ Rants is sponsored by Raid Shadow. Let's just. Oh god, that was. Man, that's funny. Alright, that's. Man, when the day comes that somebody sponsors a stream, or not even a stream, like even if it's just a video, I'm gonna actually spend like an hour or just or half an hour to an hour, probably even a day. Like if I can't come up with it like today in an hour, I would probably like wait until tomorrow and then spend like another half hour tomorrow just trying to come up with like the stupidest segue to a sponsor or something. And when somebody like sponsors a stream, when that if that day ever comes, I'll like look at myself in the mirror every day, just trying to come up with stupid segues to sponsorships. Because man, I don't know what it is about like these like weird segues that people have been coming up with to sponsorships, but I don't know, I just think they're hilarious. I think RJ stream is much like a hobby, not a main job source of income. I mean, okay. I mean, I obviously if you well, I don't think you could see if a video is monetized. Yeah, no. Okay, I don't think you could see that. But yeah, I do try my best to like monetize as much of my my VODs as I can. And that's, you know, and they do earn like some ad revenue, sure. But they're certainly not going to pay for like they're certainly not going to pay for the electric bills that I had to spend while my computer is on and like running, like having a video game open and having a streaming software open at the same time. Plus the fact that electricity is just stupidly expensive here in the Philippines. I hate it so much. It's so expensive, and like I understand that when okay, hang on. I'm gonna go back to my second account. I'll be right back. So I understand that when you have a smaller market, it means that your the people that are supplying won't earn as much as they would if they were earning from if they were selling to a bigger market, which means that they would be able to make a lower quality product because they're not investing as much, because they won't produce as much because they're catering to a smaller market. And I understand that the Philippines is not a very large country. It doesn't have a very big population. In fact, a lot of it's not okay. You look at like what 100 million, 110 million people in the Philippines. That's a lot of people, right? But you gotta think about the demographics as well. A lot of those don't even use electricity. Like, okay, here's an example. My electric bill every month is about it ranges from, let's see, 50. No, I haven't had a $50 bill in a while. Anywhere from like $60 to, wait, hang on, 60? Let me think. 50, 60, yeah, okay. Anywhere around 60, like maybe 55 to $70 a month. Yeah, it ranges between like 55 to 75 to $70 a month. And some people in the Philippines, in fact, I've heard lots of like people, especially people that live out in the country, they're literally paying like $2 a month because they don't have anything at all. They have like one light bulb in their house. That's it. Like one like 9-watt light bulb. And their light bulbs are only on at night before they go to bed, like at dinner time, and like it's off when they go to bed. And there's like some people pay that amount of electricity, like and I remember because the local electric power company, like their main office is like closer to where I live compared to like my wife's grandma's. Back then, we used to, like a few years ago, we used to pay for it for them because we were here anyway. So just so they wouldn't have to travel, like they would have to spend more money on fare than how much they were paying for electricity. Like they were literally paying a dollar to sometimes less than $1 a month on electricity because they had nothing there. They just had like one light bulb. And here I am with like my $55 to $70 electric bill every month. And just because I have that electric bill doesn't mean that's the average. Now there are some people out there paying like, I don't know. I remember when I used to be this hang on, which domain is this? I forgot. Oh, okay. So when I used to at my last job like 5 years ago, I'm not saying last job because I don't have a job now. I do have a job now. I'm saying my last job because it's my previous job. At my previous job, we didn't. Our investor did not give us an office. Instead, he told us rent out a condo, and then that's where you're gonna live. That's where you're gonna work. And because it was a residential unit, we were paying for electricity ourselves. And it wasn't like a corporate expense. Like obviously I wasn't paying for it, but like it was a company expense. But like I saw our electric bill every month. And our first month, like we didn't hold back at all. Like we weren't stingy with anything. We just went ham on using up electricity. And we paid like, how much was it? It was like $500. $500 on electricity in our first month. And then we were all like, woo, and not just me, but like our project manager, the guy I was working with in my department, we were all like, whoo, we all thought that kind of stung. So we decided to be a bit more efficient on electricity on the upcoming month. So eventually we did get it down to like $200 a month, $250, but it's still not low by any means. I know that there are people like literally paying that much for electricity every month, but there are also people paying, like I said, $1 or $2 on electricity every month. So Yeah, and again, going back to my previous topic, I know that because there's less volume, you're selling to fewer people, means that you're earning less, and because you're earning less, you're gonna have to make it so that you have higher profit margins. But I just absolutely hate that electricity here is so expensive. Like it's so disproportional. It's really disproportional. Like the GDP per capita, average income of a household, is like lower than many other countries, like even in Asia, right? But despite that, we have like one of the highest like electricity prices. Oh, sorry. What am I thinking? Wait, this is okay. I did not finish yet. I just did my weekly bosses. I've not done any of my dailies and weeklies yet. Okay. Shocking truth about electricity bills. Shocking truth. All right. Hey, hey. I see what you did there. And then large streamers buy Hatsune Miku themed cars and can use it as a tax write-off because it cameos in a YouTube short. Oh man, that is actually true. I mean, like, I don't mind like people doing stuff like that because, like, again, I think I've mentioned this plenty of times before. I'm not exactly a very smart individual, just because like I'm really talkative right now and like pointing out all these like problems and stuff. I'm not very smart when it comes to like being alive and like handling life, right? Like, what is a tax write-off? Right? I have no idea what that is. I have no idea how to like help myself with it. How to help other people with it. I'm not smart enough for stuff like that. I'm sort of just like, hey, I earn money. Hey, I need to spend money. Okay, how much do I have left? All right, this is what I can spend on stuff that I want. That's sort of basically what I'm mentally capable of.
Mine to dominate.
None of those like financial juggling mumbo jumbo.
Burn to oblivion.
How many watts do people use every month? I don't exactly know. I don't exactly have.
Kneel.
I haven't exactly seen. Oh yeah, speaking of which, yeah, I should have paid attention to our bill back then. I didn't exactly look at our electric bills back then. I sort of just, because it was just my job to like take care of it, like take some of the company funds to pay for our electricity bills. I didn't exactly like pay for it. So I wasn't as compelled to like actually find out. So I never looked at how many kilowatts we used over there. But now because this is now my house, and now, well, obviously it's not my house, I'm just renting, but because this is now my household and I'm having to pay for it out of pocket, I am more inclined to like actually pay attention.
Good riddance.
And I do look at it. I seem to have revolved around 100 and 170. So the lowest I've seen recently is 177, but I haven't looked at some of my older ones. Some of my older ones might have been lower because back then I was just using a laptop compared to now. Obviously I'm using a desktop now. Some of my older ones might have gone to like maybe 160 kilowatts. But I've seen one of my bills that went all the way to 200 kilowatts. And okay, I guess I will say that I don't have a lot of basis to say that electricity in the Philippines is expensive. But okay, here's an example. Canada. My one example of how much electricity costs. Sorry, I do have a few other, like I have some idea of how much electricity in China is, because like I have plenty of students and plenty of them are adults as well, and I occasionally get to talk to them about that. And they tell me, and then I don't exactly remember it because like I don't really take note of it. I sort of just, in the conversation while we're talking, I would like go on Google and like convert how much it is. And all I remember is feeling like, wow, this is low. this electricity is cheap. That's all I remember. And so I remember it was on one of the it was an LTT video, like Linus Tech Tip video. It was a video. Okay, I remember it was that video when they bought an entire like server what is it called? A server rack, including like the I don't know what it's called. Like a tall thing where you put server racks in and you put hard drives and computers in. And including all the hardware, power supplies, a bunch of hard drives, all for $1,000. And they bought it on they saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and they literally just drove over there. And in fact, the what's funny too is what's funny is the Facebook Marketplace listing was $5,000, and they offered, hey, we'll buy it for $1,000. And then when Linus and Jake, when Linus and Jake got there, they said, oh, we were actually supposed to list it for $500. And they made a mistake. They accidentally put it up for 5,000. And wow, that was great. Although it was really old though. It was really old. It was really old. In fact, like the drives they were using were like really high speed, like high RPM hard drives, but really low capacity hard drives. I don't remember how old they were, but I think from what I remember, it was like 15, 20 years old. 600 gigabyte drives each, but at 15,000 RPM. I don't know what they were using it for though. I don't remember that. But they basically Linus and Jake, their ending statements were, you would consume a lot less electricity. It would be a lot more efficient to just buy some high capacity drives today, and just, I don't know, like with the entire thing probably would have been replaced by just two like 20 terabyte hard drives today. And you would use up a lot less electricity for just those two drives. You could just put it into your PC, compared to having that entire thing noisy, hot, and really electricity expensive. And in that video they mentioned like how much electricity was in where they were from. I went to Google immediately, converted Canadian dollars to PHP, Philippine pesos. And it blew my mind how cheap electricity over there is. And I remember mauling about it for like an entire day. It took me a while to recover from it. And then I had to stop myself. I had to like tell myself, nothing I can do about it. This is not Kazuha. I was holding E. That's not Kazuha. Okay.
Stabilize.
Let's light it up.
All right, we're good. But yeah, I had to stop myself from mauling about something that I couldn't do anything about. My cyan lizard started flying towards a bird, and he's ascending to the heavens. Your cyan lizard? What is this? IRL? Are you talking about IRL? How many wants people? Humble gaming. I guess I would agree with that. Yeah. Tax write-off means you don't have to pay the government your own on your own stuff that you own because you use it for work. Oh, okay. So it's a tax write-off. So it's instead of it like counting towards personal taxes, it counts towards like company tax, I guess. I don't know. That's my understanding. I don't know. My home country is averaging $50 per month.
Every
is
journey
because the
has its
streamer
final
uses video games.
Don't rush.
The cost to any games purchased to play stream isn't taxed income. Really? Oh wait, so it's not taxed at all. And all this this talking, I'm so not ready to work for work life. Which should be a couple more years. Oh no, I okay.
But where are those?
I feel bad now. I mean, I have, okay, so ever since like I decided that like this would be the type of stuff I would be talking about mostly on my streams, I have already like decided that okay, people are gonna feel bad about this when they hear about reality all the time from me, and yeah, I have sort of accepted that. Yeah, I might. It is sort of depressing content, but it's depressing according to how you look at it, I guess. There was there. I don't know if you guys. Some of you guys probably know George Carlin. Like wow, the the type of stuff he talked about was, oh boy, was it dark. But because of the way that he talked about it, like instead of being just a writer, like because he was a writer, he didn't start out as a comedian. He started out writing, and he eventually made content on it, like where he would do it as stand-up comedy, right? So he made it entertaining, and to some people, and like my wife, for example, when boy did I not expect her reaction from it. When I let her listen to George Carlin, like she didn't want to fit, like it was an hour like show is what I was watching on YouTube. I made her watch it. She didn't want to finish the thing. She told me like 15 minutes into the hour-long video, she told me, stop it. She didn't want to hear anymore. And I guess I understand, like, talking about reality all the time so much is just depressing. And I guess I certainly don't disagree with that. But I don't know, like I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I don't know what would be better. I'm not sure what would be better. To be ignorant about reality around you, and to be happy now, but potentially suffer for it later for being ignorant about your situation now. Like, for example, you're ignorant about because you don't want to face reality. You're not thinking about your finances and how much your monthly bills are gonna be, and you didn't set aside money for your electric bills, your water bills, etc. You didn't set aside any money for it because you didn't want to like, quote unquote, face reality, right? And sure, there's nothing wrong about it, right? You don't want to be depressed thinking about reality all the time, but if it brings you harm later on, then you're not exactly, I don't know, you're making up for the fact that you're happy now. You're also going to be unhappy later. So that's why I'm not sure what is okay, obviously that one's wrong, at least to most people. But what? Oh, okay. Wait, what is this immune to? Okay, that's a tanky boy, so I'm gonna use a better team for this. But as long as you are aware of the important stuff, like you're making sure that you have enough money to pay your bills, your mortgage, and whatever, right? Your responsibilities. If you don't want to think about that all the time, sure, I think it's perfectly reasonable, right? But if you're somebody who wants to be aware of it all the time, you might be a lot less happy than somebody who doesn't think about it as frequently as you do, but you're a lot more aware of your situation, and thus you're able to be a lot more careful about what you do with your finances. So yeah, again, like I said, I don't know which one is right or wrong, which one is better, but like I've said a few times on stream already, when I don't know, when you get older, just a lot of things become less black and white.
Add as.
A lot of things just sort of become
Thank you for
just
completing.
gray and gray. You have to sort of just now choose which gray you want. RJ rants, life's funny like that. Hey, you certainly can look at like something depressing. Yeah, there's. It really just depends on perspectives. Like something depressing, you can always like try to find like the good side of it, right? You don't have to be always like depressed and stuff. I don't know, like somebody, like a family member died. Okay, immediate thought, that's awful. I'm so sorry to hear about that. Secondary thought that not a lot of people might ever think about. Well, he had cancer, so he's not suffering anymore. So that's good. Right? Okay. I know this probably sounds really, I don't know, terrible, but okay. Well, they were going into debt, paying for treatment. So now they're not going, they're gonna stop going into more debt because he went so quickly. He went so soon. Okay, so now that one is like debatable. Is it bad? Is it good? It's good practically, but it's terrible that they went so soon. They didn't get to spend a lot of time with their loved ones before they went. Yeah, but there's always well, okay, from The Dark Knight, I think this was from the Joker. I don't remember exactly what the line was, but now I see the funny side. Now I'm always smiling. You want to know how I got these scars? No, but I know how you got these. Must have been rough on Christian Bale's throat, having to do that voice like the whole time. Could you imagine doing that with your throat the whole time? Imagine how many months of filming, how many takes you would have had to do. You're just speaking like this the whole time. I'm not wearing hockey pads. No guns, no shooting. Oh, okay. I guess he was just somebody that was here already. No wonder why one of the guys dropped something. I hit a guy. What? I hit a guy 13 times. I missed every single crit. I have 46 plus 15 crit rate. Wait, how did you count that, Sean? How did you count exactly 13 times? Were you counting? 46 plus 15. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this is a cryo character, like Ganyu maybe? Or like some cryo ability that hits 13 times with 4 Blizzard. Or if not 4 Blizzard, then probably at least cryo resonance. Is that right? Because you said plus 15. Oh, I completely forgot to use my resin on the third account. Or did I? I don't know. I feel like I'm sure I did. I probably forgot. Good to have an equilibrium between good things and bad things. Yep, that's true. That's true. I agree. Like, but then the equilibrium is also like according to what you are, like what you prefer. Give me all the good stuff.
Off we go.
How many hours till 4.1 updates on Asia? Kane, because it's a version update that it happens at the same time for everybody. The only thing that happens like by region is what is it called? The banner changes. You know, like when you're switching from the first half banners to the second half banners. That's the only thing that happens by region. When it comes to version updates, it happens at the same time for everybody because they need to do the server maintenance thing. So it is. So you asked how many hours? I guess that would be. Let's see, 11 or 6 plus 11. That would be about 17 hours from now. Yeah, about 17 hours from now, the maintenance would be over. But of course, you'd have to update your game as well. So, oh yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry. What? What did I say? You're right. Yeah, right. I forgot. Do you guys probably wanna do the pre-install thing already? It was out already since yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I did the pre-install thing yesterday. Yeah, you guys probably want to do that so that as soon as the version update drops, you can update it, and then you know, eventually you're just gonna have to wait for the maintenance to be over. It's not cryo, it's imaginary. Wait, what? How? Huh? What is okay? So what's the plus 15 that you're talking about then? What is that from?
Everybody stand back.
Food buffs?
Let me lead you across. No, my sword. Let's light it up. Adventure time.
Plus 15 crit rate comes from weapon. Oh, okay. All right. So 46 plus 15, that is 61. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. But 13 times 0 crits with 61% crit rate. That sounds like a perfectly normal day for a Eula main.
Rain outlines your fate.
I don't know what other characters are like that, but there really seem to be characters that, despite having a decent amount of crit rate already, they just don't seem to want to crit for some reason. And the one character that I know of is like that is Eula. I don't know if there are any other characters that are like that, but Eula certainly is one of them. 15 crit rate for what is that? Is that a battle pass weapon?
Witness the power of Guhua. Know my sword. Rain outlines it.
Or is that not even in Genshin? You were doing Joker. Well, he is a scary man. You know, I remember, I don't know if this was true, but I remember seeing a short mentioning, what was his name? Michael Caine. Yeah, Michael Caine was like in that scene where they were having a party where the Joker and his goons came out, and I don't know if this is true. I remember seeing a short. It wasn't in an interview or whatever. It was just a short. Somebody like just some text on the screen. I don't know if this actually happened or not, but that Michael Caine, like when the Joker and his goons came out of the elevator, that like Joker's like presence, like Heath's presence, was like it made Michael Caine forget to do what he needed to do. I know that Christian Bale himself is a method actor, and like he puts a lot of effort into the characters that he plays. Like, look at what he did with his body for that one. Like, what was that one movie where he looked like a zombie? And there was the one movie where he was like overweight, right? Like, geez, how dedicated can you be to your job, right? I mean, I know, like, yeah, that's, we can certainly see he's that dedicated. So while Christian Bale was a method actor, he certainly was method acting with The Dark Knight as well. But yeah, Heath, yep, method actor as well, certainly. I remember my wife saying this before, because before The Dark Knight, she saw, oh no, sorry, I think it was after, yeah. So when my wife saw The Dark Knight, and she was like, wow, this Joker is really good. And then when she found out what Heath Ledger looked like in real life, you know, without the Joker makeup and stuff, she was like, what? She was a bit disappointed, honestly. Why is this pretty boy playing a character like this? A pretty boy, which, you know, she said is like similar to actors. Man, that's pretty meh. Okay, similar to actors like you know, young Leonardo DiCaprio, or I don't know. Who else are some like pretty boy Hollywood actors? I don't know.
Oh, wow. Where did that come from?
This dude not talking about Genshin. Star Hill. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, because when you said 15 crit rate by killing an enemy, okay, the killing an enemy thing sounds like Blackcliff, but obviously Blackcliff doesn't give you a crit rate. Blackcliff gives you attack, I believe. Was it attack? Oh yeah, attack. It was attack. Every time you kill, but and also like it was like 30 seconds, not 4 seconds. Okay, I think I may have to swap to my main account for now to what is it called, to do the parametric transformer, and then I might have to swap to the third account to use up my resin over there. Yeah. Oh, and then like after that, after like a few years after The Dark Knight, my wife saw another movie that Heath did, where he was sort of like a pretty boy, like lover boy, sort of character in that situation, and my wife felt even more so like disappointed. Like, why did this pretty boy play the Joker? Just realized, imagine they released Swarm Disaster in Genshin. What is Swarm Disaster? Is that a thing in Star Rail? Muslim Bale. Christian Bale. Muslim Bale. I think I may have seen a few memes about that on 9gag. Oh boy, wow. 9gag sure brings me back, huh? Okay. Right, just swapping to the third account now to use up some resin over there. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I forgot to use my condensed resin over there before logging out. But don't expect too much about Genshin releasing new permanent content. Yeah. Like, no, like, that's true. That's true. So, it's not about... So, when I say don't expect, I'm not saying that to say... Oh, no, they would never do that, right? Like, I'm not saying that to say that Hoyo is, like, stingy or like, they're selfish or I don't know, whatever. Or they're hungry for money or what. And sure, that is true. They're a business after all, and they have to do that to stay afloat. But they also know that Genshin is like their golden goose. And when they introduce permanent content, they have to be very careful about what they put into the game. Because if they introduce permanent content into the game, and they never update it because not enough people, I don't know, not enough people like it, and it's not worth the developer time to continue to update it. The problem with that is because Genshin has so many players, right? Like, obviously it's not as popular as it used to be 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but Genshin certainly still does have a very big player base, like active player base, whether it's old players or new players. Plus, they have a very wide variety of like player archetypes. Yeah, player types. Some are casual, some are working adults that don't have a lot of free time, some are content creators, some are literally children, like 9-10-year-olds, right? So they have to be very careful about the type of content that they put out, and they have to be very careful about putting out permanent content. Again, like I said, if they release permanent content and they realize, okay, so only 10 or 20 people are, let's say, I don't know, let's say only 500 people are playing TCG out of the, I don't know, 5 million to 10 million active monthly active players. So I don't think that's, I think that would make them think, wow, this is not worth the developer time anymore to continue updating. And then those 500 to 1,000 people that do play TCG will probably just keep complaining, and that'll make them look bad. Because in this day and age where information spreads like wildfire on the internet, they don't want their golden goose to have any stains as much as they can help it. Yeah, they, especially because of the way that they are sort of portraying Genshin to be. They're sort of portraying Genshin to be this like wholesome, very inclusive community. And if they do, just because they're doing that with their I don't know, their outside community, like outside of the game, and then like their actual game isn't like that, that would be very weird, right? The game is very exclusive, but like the outside community is like pretending that they're not exclusive, right? So they're really trying to be very careful, and that's why they introduce a lot of new game mechanics in events. And I'm sure you guys have probably noticed that that every now and then we will get new game mechanics within events, and then if they get good enough feedback about it, then they may or may not introduce it as like a permanent mechanic later on. So far, what we've gotten of that, I think, they're not exactly permanent content, but well, they are permanent, but mostly things that become puzzles. They become part of puzzles in new regions in the future. Like we get a certain event here now in September 2023, and then like 5-6 months down the line we get it in a new region, as like part of like a puzzle, or I don't know, like a game mechanic within an Archon quest. One of the 500 TCG martyrs here. No, I mean, like, obviously the 500 to 1,000 number with TCG as an example, that was clearly an example. I'm sure there are a lot more players out there playing TCG. No, it was just an example. I'm sure there are a lot more players out there that play TCG because, like, I mean, they obviously care about TCG. They gave us an event that has TCG in it, and they're still continuing to update TCG. So I'm sure they care about TCG. Players are probably playing TCG right now. It doesn't reset. But I love suffering doing it, jeez. Me, casual, EM spammer. Sorry, what? What's an EM spammer? What's that? Wait. What is this? Wind power generator? Why does this look like a CPU fan? Oh, jeez. Okay. Alright. I was so confused. It just, like, I closed the menu and, like, something just went by in my peripheral that looked like something, like, from the real world. Oh my god. What is this? What is this? Okay, so I can use it when gliding, I guess. What? Yo! I didn't realize CPU fans could be used like that. Oh my god. Fontaine reputation. Oh, really? Okay, I swear I did not pay attention to it at all. It's so small though. That's a small boot. Okay. I'm sure that'll probably make the difference at some point. When that will be, I don't know, but I'm sure it will someday. It'll make the difference someday. Viz must die of cringe every time it comes up. Great win, Chris. Okay. Reputation system. Okay. Deep Venti trick. I'd say it is. Yeah, it's a very F2P Venti trick. Hacked by Fontaine. Xiao buff. Well, you can't exactly activate it if you're not gliding. Like, look. Yeah, I can't even activate it when jumping. You have to be actually gliding with your glider out, I guess, to be able to use it. They came home exactly perfect. YouTube not no. So got bitten by a bee. Oh, I mean, like bees don't exactly bite you; they sting you. But yeah, man. I hope you feel better soon. It certainly does suck. That's terrible. That actually hurts. I got stung by a. I don't know if it was a bee. I don't think it was a bee. There's this random like I don't know like there's like a dozen like species of bees, right? And I don't know which one is which. I got stung by it randomly. It was just in my room when I was I think I was in high school. I was so confused. I was like, what bit me? Because like it hurt a lot more than like normal bugs, and I was so confused. And then 10 minutes later, I saw it lying on the floor. I don't know why it would sting me though, right? Because like usually for bees, that's sort of like a last resort for them. They don't usually sting you just out of aggression. I know that there are some that are a bit more aggressive than others, but yep, that was random. Put honey on this thing. I might get healed. Using honey, it's a healing salve. Yeah, you use food buffs to heal yourself. The only anime I've been bitten. The only anime I've been bitten is a cat and an anime. Oh, I think you mean animal. Okay. Okay. I guess that's autocorrect probably. Anime, animal. Crazy itchy for days. An ant. Oh, must have been like a fire ant. I don't know. Like I know that a fire ant usually lasts for like a few minutes, like 5-10 minutes. A few days. Jeez, must have been terrible. Didn't feel numb after I got bitten. 2 a.m. I got a class today at 11. So cheers. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Spartan. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Take care. Set my hand in soapy water. Hey, that's what doctors would usually recommend. Just make sure it's not infected, because like most of the other stuff that goes on in our bodies are really good at like taking care of it. Right? Like even like I remember seeing this like clip from Dr. Mike reacting to, I think it was like TikTok videos, or I don't know what it was, but he was watching this clip of somebody pulling out glass that was inside somebody's skin, and he mentioned that our bodies are really good at sort of consolidating an area, like just to keep it safe. And like if you get some foreign object inside your skin, like, and if your body thinks that if enclosing that foreign object is like a way to keep itself safe, it will do that. And apparently our bodies are really good at like our bodies are just really good at taking care of itself. So as long as you know, make sure it's not infected, your body will take care of the rest. We'll pull staff of homeless too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, I forgot to talk about the weapon banner. Weapon banner is pretty good, but I mean, like, I can't exactly say that yet because I have no idea what these two do, and I've seen some people making videos on them, but I don't know why I can't seem to find it on Genshin's Twitter page, where they released info about these weapons. And I haven't exactly Googled it. Yeah, but all I can say is that Fab weapons, best weapons in the game. There's no doubt about it. Fab weapons are some of the best weapons in the game. The fact that this has Fab on it already makes this kind of not terrible. So Staff of Homa, obviously one of the best pole arms in the game. Obviously not the best for everybody, but it's like the fact that it's just never bad on anyone makes it such a good weapon. This one's pretty decent. Passive is like meh, very niche. Hardly anyone can use the passive, but the 88 crit damage certainly is helpful. Your dog's barking. Oh, that's the problem, Sayon, is I don't have a dog. If it was my dog, I swear, if it was my dog, it would not be barking. That thing would be behaved AF if that was actually my dog. But no. And why it's unfortunate? Because it's not my dog. You can't do anything about it. Well, anyway, I'm so sorry, guys. I actually didn't mean for this to be a very long stream because I literally have work right now. I'm actually literally 5 minutes late right now. I should have ended the stream like 15 minutes ago when my alarm went off. But hey, I wanted to hang out with you guys just a little bit longer, and I'm gonna have to make up an excuse for being late to work. I know this, like, I keep talking about like rationality and being good, being like whatever, and then like here I am being late to work because I'm playing video games and hanging out with people. But hey, I never said I was a perfect person. Anyway, I'm at work right now. Hey, another example of not a perfect person, right? Nobody's perfect. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys have any questions or like about the banners, or like you guys aren't sure on like which banners to pull for, or if you guys are confused, please join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams. You can ping me over there on our Discord server on the Need Help channel. My name is Elvis Einstein on our Discord server, and like ask me for my opinions on it. I did talk about the banners like earlier in the stream. I might like come back into the VOD later, and I might put in like a timestamp for it. I might not. I will try. But yeah, if you want, you could search for it. Yeah, you could search for it around the VOD later on. But yeah, I did talk about it a little bit earlier, and yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys. I am 7 minutes to work. Wait, please don't tell anyone. I'm yeah, kind of in trouble. Yep. Okay. See ya. Bye.